Hey guys, so it is Tuesday, and you know what that means? Just the tip. So I told you last week that on Tuesdays I was going to start posting a segment called Just the Tip Tuesday. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to talk about safer sex practices, HIV and AIDS, STIs and STDs, how you can track things, how you can deal with things, how you can get out of situations or get into situations. Any tidbits or tips that you guys want. But I was like, how in the world am I going to start? Where do I start? What do I begin with? Oh my gosh, there's so many tips and tidbits. Like, so many tips in so little time. So I was like, what do you guys want to know? And the response that I got is one that I was actually really glad to hear a lot of people say that they have an issue with, because it allows me to say, you are not the only one. We all go through this. And that is, how do you say we're using a condom? It sounds simple, but it's actually difficult. When you're in that moment, when things are going and stuff is happening, how do you say, nothing's going to happen unless we wear a condom? I wear a condom, or you wear a condom. So I came across this lovely pamphlet at my office that says safe sex can be fun, and on the front page it's got 3 different scenarios on how to approach this. And it's kind of like a role play scenario, so it says he says and you say. So I wanted to share with you those 3, and maybe it'll give you some ideas on, how do you approach this? It doesn't have to be awkward or embarrassing or disrespectful to say, hold on, we need to put on a condom. Because if that's what you are comfortable with, and if that's what you prefer, that's what you should do. So don't ever be afraid to bring it up. But how do you bring it up? So the first scenario is if he says, "Oh, it's okay. I'm clean. I'm safe. It's safe. We don't need a condom." Well, how do you debate that? How do you argue with someone on that point? Luckily for us, we don't have to argue. We just have to agree. And they're like, "What?" Yeah, just agree. Oh my gosh. You're safe and you're negative. I am too, and I really want to keep it that way because I like being negative and I like being safe to keep it that way. Well, there you go. You're not debating the fact that neither one of you are clean or neither one of you like safe sex. You're simply agreeing with the statement that he made, and there's nowhere to go except to go grab that condom and put it on. So the second situation is if he were to say, sex without a condom is not, or sex without a condom is so much hotter than sex with a condom. Well, then how are you going to respond to that? Be playful. You're about to have a whole lot of fun, so you better start having a fun conversation and say, well, I can think of some fun things we can do with the condom. I'll show you. Well, duh, that's what he wants, so he's not going to turn it down. But my favorite is when you get a little sass, because in case you didn't know, I can be a little sassy sometimes. So when he says, "Oh, but it just doesn't feel as good." Well, okay, maybe not, but I bet it feels a whole lot better than sleeping in bed alone. Break out that sass. Be a little sassy. Yeah, that just happened. Break it out, and just stand your ground and say it. But so that's like kind of a more humorous approach to it, or more sassy, however you want to think about it. But like I said, you should never be afraid to say, hey, this needs to happen. So check that out. You just got 3 tips in 4.5 minutes. Not many of us can say that's ever happened before. Anyways, so if you have a favorite line that you have used, or that someone has used on you, share it with us so we understand, hey, 1, we're not alone, and 2, here's another idea on how to bring that up so you never have to feel uncomfortable bringing up the situation again. So I hope that kind of helps and gives you some ideas on where to go, and I'll see you on Tuesday for Just the tip.